Welcome to the weekend of 2021 July, where Bitcoin is in a very, very, very scary position, scaring the shit out of everybody. And as I mentioned before, we're having this very, 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 very interesting pattern formation here. Many people know descending triangles as what we're having right here as a bearish pattern period. Okay, and it makes sense because in a bull market, 10 out of 21 times a descending triangle goes to the downward, and 12 out of 21. So you can say that's almost a 50% chance that this thing here breaks down. Okay, and we just goes down. But I just want to mention that descending triangles sometimes, okay, so when I say sometimes, I say 5 out of 23 in a bull market and 7 out of 19 in a bear market. So this descending channel has a slight chance to go and touch levels that would be very good for Bitcoin to see, but the thing is, that would not resist because, in my opinion, it is a very critical moment that we're seeing here underneath the 200 EMA. This is a 12-day, this is a 12-hour chart. Okay, so I just want to change to the weekly chart because I was looking for horns. Literally, I was looking for a double horned pattern with a week in between, but actually, in fact, we have like 3 horns down right here. Okay, but in any case, I just saw that we're like in the limit for that pattern. So if it doesn't break down, it's going to break up. According to the literature, if we see this pattern breaking up, right, it can go up to 50% of the current levels. And that would put us around, I mean, if we say 50%, that would put us around $50,000 Bitcoin. But in my opinion, the price could try to reach this fib line here and get rejected again, but that would still put us on the $43,000 Bitcoin, and a lot of people would just desperately sell because a lot of people thought that we would recover right here as fast as a fucking rooster fart, and we just didn't. And a lot of people are buying Bitcoin at those levels, expecting Bitcoin to just resume the mega bull trend that it did. Like, look at that shit here. So that's not very realistic, right? And that's not very realistic, and this is a very good time for accumulation. So I could say that, I can say that that we'll have a lot of resistance here to go, okay, to leave this downward trend, this downward momentum here, and to get out of that channel. Okay, so that's a possibility that we even see lower lows, okay, and a lower high for Bitcoin. And I still keep insisting that anything above the previous all times high would not configure a bear market for Bitcoin. Okay, only if we start crossing down, because you can see that Bitcoin for like 10 years or something has traded only in this area here. Okay, so this price action is another fucking level for Bitcoin. And the fact that it is holding those levels so well around here, it's not declining to below the previous all-time high. It means a very good sign because guys, when everyone got desperate, this is just profit taking. This is just institutional profit taking. This is exactly the big money that came in right here, right here, right here, and right here, selling. Okay, so this is profit taking, and a lot of people are still holding. A lot of people in the crypto community is just holding, and that's why the levels are not going down, especially with the FUD that's going on with there was someone in a group that said, a Telegram group, that just put it in a very good perspective, that bearish news that we know that can prop the price up or down. Can you say prop the price down? I'm not even sure. But when we know that something can happen and drag the prices down substantially, people tend to take actions in advance. So if you know that there is this fund, there is this grayscale fund about to expire in a couple of weeks, and that can like blast the market with available Bitcoin, and those Bitcoins can be sold and drag the price down. What do people do? What do people with a lot of money do? Sell it in advance. They don't wait the news to come and drag their portfolios down unless you are determined to hold your Bitcoin. Not matter though, it doesn't matter how low it can go, right? So I mean, whoever had to sell their Bitcoin taking profits already did it. And that's where we are right now. So am I a moon girl? No, I can still consider that Bitcoin can perform very badly. But let me show you before I tell you about how I think that Bitcoin can be surpassed, and become a third world country uh, official currency, competing with dollar, competing with digital dollar, competing with digital euro, competing with some monetary systems. I want to show you an anonymous video, right? That recently was released on the anonymous YouTube channel, and it's talking about the FUD, like the current price action that we had, with the difficulty of the Chinese market, the Chinese government, over the
China were being forced to move, which means that they had to sell a lot of their coins to cover expenses. This sell pressure created a downward movement in the markets that we are still working to climb back from. Even though this crackdown focused specifically on Bitcoin, the whole crypto market was negatively affected because every crypto asset still follows the trajectory of Bitcoin. There is hope though, because this situation is only temporary. The Bitcoin miners that were located in China have already begun moving to nearby Kazakhstan and other parts of the world. As the prices have been low, institutional investors and whales have been buying the dip in the over-the-counter OTC market. EC markets, rich people can buy cryptocurrencies without raising the prices.
So OTC markets have the power to do that to an asset. Okay, they have the power to mass with volume, alter the volume going up or down, and the price spread remains the same. The price doesn't get affected by OTC market purchases or sell-offs, right? So this is something interesting because that's what we're seeing on the weekly chart for Bitcoin here. What can we see here? We can see that the selling pressure has a considerable spread up right here, meaning that the selling pressure, the volume of sell-offs are getting lower, and the price, guys, is just remaining the same or going even lower. Okay, so what's going on the weekly chart? I mean, we're seeing the price falling with the selling volume diminishing. So that's an indication to me that this person here is damn right. Okay. The continuation of the video, you can just go and check yourself. Is they're trying to sell their own token, which is it's kind of cringe for me to see on an anonymous thing. But right, okay, I respect everyone wants to make some money. That's why I'm here and all. But yeah, let's go back to the 12-hour chart and take a look at the volume on what's going on the 12-hour time frame. Okay, so let's go and put on our dear indicators here. See what TradingView does. TradingView just fucking like when I change a time frame, TradingView just messes up with my indicators, and it's just hell. So you can see that on the 12-hour chart you cannot see what's going on the weekly chart, right? But that is something. So yeah, we can, like, there is a slide like the same thing is going on here. Okay, so selling pressure is like about the same, but the price is just falling. So we saw on the weekly chart the first sign of market manipulation, or something that can be happening due to OTC volume getting increased, right? So, and since it's Friday and we want to take a look on how the markets are closing, right? We can see that we had a good correction here on the SP 500, right? NASDAQ is just about the same thing for a great while. Okay, NASDAQ wants to go up but doesn't know if it should or shouldn't. And what's going on with the OTC markets right here? I mean, that's the 1 hour. Okay, so let me put on the daily because the daily is more interesting for us to see if we want to have a great perspective. But on the last hour, OTC markets had a huge gap up, okay, on the hourly chart, but it seems to be recovering and seems to be going up. OTC markets going up and the price is not a company. Okay, so everything is looks very bullish on OTC, and especially I've been trading I bought Xiaomi, that's part of OTC Markets Group, and it's doing very well. This trade is performing very well. And last thing I want to check. So this is what the stock markets are doing. Okay, so we're having a little bit of a correction on the American stocks, the SP 500 more specifically, and a little bit of a correction on the NYSE. Right, so but still holding above the EMAs. Not did not even touch this EMA. Right, this which EMA is that? Let me check. This is the 55, right? Didn't even touch the 55, which has been a very good support for like almost 10 years for the SP 500 here. Nasdaq just, yeah, breathing off. Everything is just like cutting down. We had the Fed speech yesterday. It wasn't very positive, wasn't very good. A lot of people are scared. The bonds are just decreasing for almost a year. Right now, the lines in that means that a lot of money, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot, like gazillion, billions, trillions of monies is going and flowing to the bonds, to the national treasuries, especially in the United States of America. A lot of money is going to the national treasuries. And this is a thing that's indicating that people with a lot of fucking money are getting scared of this market structure. The Warren Buffett indicator, let me try to find it to you. So yeah, right here, the Warren Buffett indicator is just pointing out to a hyperinflated market, strongly overvalued. But this is not, it doesn't say a lot for now, because man, we all know that this is a hyperinflated freak show. That's just like Fed buying assets like a fucker, and this is just artificial price action. So with this fear, let's take a look at the greed and fear indicator as well. This fear is pushing people to throw their money on the bonds, okay, and that money flow into the bonds, they will stay there, but the interest rates are just too fucking low for people to keep their money there for a very long time. Yeah, when you say, oh no, but people invest in bonds for like bigger time frames. But when you have billions and you're unsure about the market situation, and you want to buy treasury, it means that you just want to lay your money to rest without any risk, but still with interest, right? And this is the safest from all the investments that you can do. Treasury is the safest one, but it gives you the low interest rates compared to anything that you can buy ever in the market. So we're near to extreme fucking fear. Okay, so that's just what's going on in the markets right now. That's what's going on with Bitcoin right now, right? So gold is stumbling down as well, right? It doesn't mean that it needs to stay like that for a very long time, guys, because this fear and greed is right now at 33 today, and on Monday, don't doubt that it can be on 50. On Friday, it can be over 60. Okay, and that's how market changes. It changes like that. I hope you liked my gold chart because I just put the bullish candles gold color and the bearish one black. So it just girls, you know what girls do, girls love colors. But the looking at crude oil, so yeah, the best thermometer for the entire market is the fucking crude oil. There's historical and conspirational conspiracy explanations for that, a lot of explanation for that. But commodities and crude oil are the best market sentiment thermometer, right? So we're just touching the bottom of the Bollinger Band on crude oil here, and luckily I have volume indication. But crude oil is already, trying to rebound up, and the price is not following, but the buying volume is already here. Okay, and we had a lot of buying volume right here. You can see that because we're below the zero line, but the bars were red, and even below the zero line, the bars got blue. Okay, so this is even the spread is very low here. The spread here is bigger than the spread here, but we're having a reversal on crude oil already. Okay, and it's touching. It just did a Bollinger little mini blast here and here, so everything indicates that we're seeing crude oil resume its bull trend. Um, we already had the two signals here for a downtrend here. Okay, almost mixed. It was almost a purple candle because it's mixed of a red and a blue, but it already consolidated, already made it real. Okay, so this is indicating that this is telling me that it's almost sure that crude oil is going to go higher next week again, back up, and the entire markets will just follow. Okay, so another thing, struggling still, the Dixie, okay, and the euro compared to the dollar. Nothing is going to happen until nothing happens. Okay, so that will be something, news, some speech, or just crude oil just popping up, people buying it and propping up the market back up again. But I'm not fully convinced that Bitcoin is just going to crash horribly for now, but it can. So my previous video, just go there and see if you want to short Bitcoin. I think you should really go back to the previous videos to have a broader perspective, especially because I would suggest that you use a stop loss and have a target here around around 55, $56,000, even, sorry, 20, 25, 26, or even $28,000 profit. Take it and take it easy, be calm, trade safe, and let's make money juice. Okay, subscribe to this channel here if you are not subscribed, share that with your peeps, and have a nice weekend, people. I hope you just like get rich out of a sudden. That there's nothing better, right? Bye bye.